Here's how to buy real estate in California for up to 90% below market value, or sometimes even more. Watch this video to find out. So if you want to buy real estate in California, as you know, it's extremely overpriced and not very affordable for the average investor, especially with how much inflation on the real estate market has gone up over the years. Now, if you really want to get super deals, I'm going to share with you one of the best ways to do it, and that is through California tax deed sales. So let me explain what it is and how it works. So California is what we call a tax deed state. So what that means is in California, if a homeowner doesn't pay their property taxes, the government will auction off that property, and the starting bid is going to be the back taxes owed. So whether or not you have experience with tax liens and deeds, if you want to get property in California dirt cheap, this is going to be one of the best ways to do it, because when a property goes to tax deed auction, it wipes out the mortgage. So that's how you get these properties mortgage free and clear. So it's a great way to buy investment property. Now, one of the drawbacks of this is it can definitely be competitive, meaning there can be a lot of people bidding at these sales. Now, if you live in California and you want to do any type of investing, I definitely recommend you go and find the dates of all of the tax deed sales in your area, because a lot of these sales, when they happen, there can be hundreds or sometimes thousands of properties. For example, Los Angeles County has their auction, I think, twice a year, and it does require a $1,000 deposit just to get in the door. Now, that is refundable, but that's a good thing, because it keeps out a lot of the tire kickers and things like that. So how do you get the property 90%? Well, you research and you go bid. Now, realistically, what are the odds of getting one of these properties up to 90% below market value? So that's going to depend on the sales, and it's going to depend on where you're going to be obviously going to bid. Now, a couple strategies to keep in mind here is if you're going to travel to California from outside the state, I recommend looking at least like having 100 properties on your list, because remember, human nature kicks in, and during the week before leading up to the sale, 90% of the properties are going to redeem. And by the way, my name's Dustin Hahn. I'm a tax lien deed expert, wrote one of the best-selling books on the topic. I've bought hundreds of these properties. So if you want to learn about tax liens and deeds and real estate, go ahead, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, ask a question in the comments. I would love to help you out with any questions you have regarding tax lien and deed investing. So back to the business here. So these sales happen a couple times a year. So February is the Riverside auction coming up. It's a popular time for bidding. And here's the thing, a lot of these auctions happen online. So that's great because you can do it from home. However, the key thing with a tax deed auction is always seeing the property in person, because you don't know what could have happened to the property. So I've seen so many people make mistakes over the years where they just look at a property image, say on Google Earth, and then they go and they bid, and little do they know that that property like burnt to the ground, or maybe it's flooded. So one of the cardinal rules if you're going to do this is to go and look at the property in person, or send somebody you know and trust to look at that property. Now, if you can't make it, there are companies, I think it's called like We Go Look, or you could get like an Uber driver to go and take pictures of the property for you. And one of the ways we get these deals at such great values is there is a little bit of a risk factor involved. So one of the big risks is often you can't see inside the property because maybe somebody's living in it. And if somebody's living in it, that's good. It means that hopefully it's in pretty decent condition. Now, if there's nobody living in it, there is a chance you could go and peek in the window and just kind of see what's going on. But, be warned that you're not technically supposed to, go on the property. So a lot of the times I'll do what I call like a drive-by, where we drive by and just kind of take some pictures. And keep in mind, here's another tip. If you're out doing tax deed auctions and you're looking around, and you're driving through the neighborhood, don't drive around like a creeper. If you see people, wave to them, be friendly. Sometimes if they're outside, you'll have to do like a casual drive-by picture, with your phone. That's pretty much all you need. But, don't drive around the neighborhood in a friendly manner. Just don't look like a weirdo scoping things out, That can be very suspicious and make people feel uncomfortable. So when it's time for the auction, make sure that you research the title on these properties. Now, the nice thing about a tax deed auction is, like I mentioned, it does wipe out the mortgage on these properties. So that's one of the reasons why you can get these things sometimes at such great deals. Say a property's worth 500 grand and the back taxes are 10, and maybe from there it gets bid up to 50 grand. So if there's a mortgage on that property, the bank will have had an opportunity to basically pay those taxes. Because the tax lien is the priority lien, what happens there is it wipes out the mortgages on top of or any type of mortgage that's stacked on top of the property. So this is a really great way to go about it. Now, are you guaranteed to get a property 90%? No. But if you stick to it long enough with tax lien and deed investing, it's not a matter of if you're going to get one of these properties. It's always a matter of when. You just need to be consistent. Maybe you go to 4 sales and you don't get anything, but on the 5th sale, you get 3 properties up to 90% below market value. Now, some people will say like, oh, it's too competitive, it's oversaturated, blah, blah, blah. Remember, there are 3,300 counties in the US. So there's a lot of opportunity in millions of these properties every single year. So you just need to be consistent, stick with it, and eventually you will get one of these properties. So, with the California real estate market being so crazy, so hot, there's going to be investors, there's going to be tens of thousands of people this year who are going to get property 90 to 95% below market value. So the question is that going to be you, right? Now, if you don't even step up to the plate, you will never have a chance. So do your research. It doesn't take long. If you want to get started, I have literally a free mini course. This thing's completely free. It's called the ABCs of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. I got a couple on-demand videos on the next page, Tax Lien 101, 100 tax deed facts. I used to sell this stuff, but now I just give it away to build our tax lien and deed community. So there's a link pinned or below this video if you want to check it out. And then from there, if you want to know the pros and cons, I'll pin a link here in the comment to another video you can check out called The Pros and Cons of Tax Lien and Deed Investing. Subscribe, ask a question in the comments, and I'll make a video, on very popular questions that are getting asked. So once again, thanks for watching. Check out the other video. We'll see you in the next one.